Swanika, very good evening and welcome to our special program as we're still covering the latest in Thai politics, especially how they're actually trying to form a government.
We'll come to see you every Wednesday at 7:30. Unless it's a public holiday, that's different story. Or
Yep.
if there anything urgent, anything special to cover, we'll pop up to see you on your timeline.
Exactly, but we still have so many stories to talk about today, and there has been a lot of drama over who should be the House Speaker between someone from Move Forward Party or someone from Pretaled Party or probably someone else in that coalition. And there's also another rumor is that whether Pretaled will actually break away from the coalition as well. But so far, the leading members of the Pretaled Coalition has made an announcement yesterday after its meeting at the Pretaled Party headquarters. The leading members of the 8 parties in the Pretaled Coalition met on Tuesday to discuss details of the policies to be implemented once the government is in place. They also reportedly touched on some of their differences and will discuss those they could not resolve at a later date. Referring to the tussle over the House speakership, Pita Limjaroenrat, the Move Forward Party leader and tipped to be the next Prime Minister of Thailand, said that the issue was raised and it was agreed that his party and Pretaled will consider the issue jointly. Meanwhile, Pretaled leader Cholana Sigao said it will not be an obstacle to forming the government. Move Forward and Pretaled parties have been engaged in a war of words over the House Speaker position, with Move Forward party saying that the position belongs to the party because it won the most seats in the House. However, Pretaled, who came second, insisted that the Move Forward party should not take both the premiership and the House speakership.
Well, we have to say though, the norm of this House speakership, usually it goes to the party that win the most seat, but it's not always.
Right.
Like the latest one, Chuan Lik Pai, he's not coming from the party that voted the most, but usually this position go to a senior member of parliament.
Yep.
With more experience, more seasoned, would say. 7 working groups have been set up after the meeting yesterday. To deal with the electricity and diesel prices, drought and El Nino problems, violence in 3 southernmost provinces, constitution review, the environment and PM 2.5 dust problems, the economy, livelihoods, and SME-related problems and illegal drugs. The establishment of the working group is in line with the MOU signed earlier by the coalition partners. Pita said that more working groups will be set up and have representatives of each coalition party as members. Their work will be transformed into government policies. He also said that the selection of ministers will be done in due course. Pita said he hopes that the election commission will take a long time to ratify the election results so that he can officially form the government as soon as possible and start solving problems for the people. Referring to the raising of daily wages to 450 baht, Pita said that the working group on the economy will handle the issue. After discussions with the Federation of Thai Industries and Thai Chamber of Commerce, which have already been held today, more talks are needed to ensure that any raise is in line with the GDP, inflation, and growing labor force.
Well, during that particular press conference yesterday, there was a huge scene between the Move Forward Party leader and the Pretaled Party leader, and this came after rumors whether there was any conflict and that Pretaled will break away from the coalition. And Cholana Sigao actually did something that has kind of surprised the reporters, and they did this sign. This one, the heart sign.
Like that?
Like that, just to show that Move Forward Party and Pretaled Party are still together and will still be together regardless of what happens after this.
Well, we can't deny though that this government, if they get to be the government, off to a rocky start since the beginning. Maybe because before the election, Pretaled and Move Forward has been in war of words and all that, in a lot of policies.
Yeah.
And they kind of fighting for the same vote base. So once they both got the highest vote, and they want to form the government. I guess there's a lot of things to mend.
Yes,
Lots of
especially
discussion.
with the House speakership, as well as some of the policies that they may not agree on or might have different views on that one as well.
So with the surrounding drama among coalition parties, people are becoming uncertain whether Pita Limjaroenrat will ever become the next prime minister and whether his coalition will form a government. This is according to Suandusit poll by Suandusit University. The poll showed that almost 60% of respondents are worried that the 8 coalition parties led by Move Forward may not be able to form a government and that Pita Limjaroenrat may miss out on becoming Thailand's 30th prime minister. 58.3% of the respondents are not confident that the formation of the new government will go smoothly. The poll shows that 52.1% of the respondents are most concerned with the high cost of living and 51.9% are concerned about the formation of the new government following the May 14th general election.
The poll shows that 67.8% of the respondents are afraid that voting for the new prime minister in a joint session of MPs and senators may not meet the aspirations of the people, and the 8 coalition parties may not succeed in forming a government due to excessive politicking. The 8-party coalition comprises of Move Forward, Pheu Thai, Pracha Chat, Thai Sang Thai, Thai Liberal, or known as Seri Rwam Thai, Fair parties, also known as Bentham Party, Pheu Thai Rwam Phalang, and Phalang Sangkom Mai parties. They have a combined 313 votes in the House of Representatives, which is still 63 short of the numbers required to push Pita's quest to become the next Prime Minister of Thailand. And this means they need support of at least 63 senators or non-coalition MPs.
In ideal situation, if they're able to get another maybe 1 or 2 parties to be coalition with them,
Yep.
or some kind of deal or lobby and whatnot to secure the votes from member of parliament, I think that will make people feel a little more at ease or certain about what's going to happen next.
Right. If the coalition has up to 376 votes to begin with, there's no need to get the votes from the senators to begin with. But because there are only 313, there's still about 63 more so that Pita can actually become the next prime minister.
A big room to wonder.
Exactly. And as to why there's a dispute between the Move Forward Party and Pheu Thai Party over the House speakership, this is because the role of the House Speaker plays actually a big role in parliament as well as Thai politics in general. But there's more to the job apart from leading the House of Representatives and setting the voting agenda. The Speaker of the House of Representatives also serves as a president of parliament, which comprises both the Senate and the lower house. In addition, the House Speaker must countersign the Royal Command appointing the Prime Minister, who is selected in a joint vote by both houses. Moreover, he or she is empowered by the Constitution to countersign royal commands appointing the President of the Privy Council and the Regent. The House Speaker also has multiple other roles and powers under various laws and rules, and that also includes regulations governing House of Representatives meetings. In chairing sessions of Parliament, the Speaker also makes judgments on meeting schedules and the order of agendas, runs the parliamentary affairs, represents Parliament, and appoints House committee members, among other legal powers and duties. The Speaker is selected by the lower house at its first assembly by secret ballot.
While chairing House meeting, the Speaker is empowered to allow or restrict debate by individual lawmakers on issues ranging from the annual budget bill to the censure of a Prime Minister and other cabinet members. House meeting regulations state that Speaker or Chair of any meeting must perform their duties impartially. However, in practice, with the House Speaker and Deputy Speaker on their side, the government camp tends to have an advantage over the opposition. The Speaker also has the power to decide which motions are urgent and required immediate attention.
The previous House of Representatives that was dissolved on March 20th saw many submitted motions fail to make it to debate. These include a motion submitted by a group of Move Forward Party MPs seeking amendments to 5 laws involving freedom of expression, and that also includes the lèse majesté law. The motion was not tabled for a parliamentary debate. Also failing to reach debate was a motion by opposition MPs to set up a House subcommittee to study peace negotiations for the rest of Deep South. Now the Move Forward Party has made it clear that the party must secure the Speaker's post to keep its election promises of ambitious reform for the country. Move Forward Deputy Leader Sirikanya Tansakul said last week that her party needs the speakership to push through 45 draft bills pledged in its campaign, as well as constitutional amendments to restore democracy.
So over the past 3 decades, the House Speaker's seat has almost always gone to the party with the highest number of member parliaments, whether it gained a majority in the House or not. However, it rarely occurs that the 2 largest election winners form a coalition government together. The parties that come first and second usually fight each other to forge their own coalition government. In 1992, Chuan is the only House Speaker to have come from a political party that is not the coalition leader. His Democrat Party was the second largest partner in the multi-party alliance formed by Palang Pracharat Party after the 2019 general election.
So we can say that Chua Lik Pai was actually the only exception because the previous House speakers came from the party that won the most MP seats.
So it'll be interesting to see what's going to be, happening, the deal behind the scene and whatnot. Like we reported to you, it has been the norm, but the norm can be break. So if they have to give and take, if they want to form a coalition government.
But it's interesting, though, that even though there might be some secret deals, but the Pheu Thai party leader, Cholanan, said that there won't be any secret deals anymore. But then we cannot be sure up until they actually form the real government.
From a layman's standpoint, this is my personal opinion, I'd rather they have the deal like on the phone, behind the scene, better than just exchange war of words in the public to try to sound their cheerleading crowd and supporters. It's like it should be adult talking to adult to negotiate and whatnot.
Well, instead of arguing on social media, they should have discussed among each other, among the coalition parties.
So apart from the House speakership, another position that has been widely speculated is the finance minister, which Pita once said that he would appoint the party's deputy leader and the head of the economic team, Sirikanya Tansakul. Progressive movement leader Thanathorn Juangroongruangkit has vouched for Sirikanya as well, that she should be Thailand's next finance minister, as he praised her resourcefulness and all-rounded knowledge of government policies and budget spending. As the party's policy chief, Thanathorn said that she reads every bill before it is presented to Parliament for consideration and explains the complexities of each bill to other members in the party. Thanathorn also said that he was impressed with Sirikanya's resourcefulness regarding state policies and budget spending, and every time there was a meeting about budget policy, everyone in the party looked to her for an opinion. Having worked with her for 2 years on the House Budget Committee, he recalled that Sirikanya regularly attended committee meetings and delved into details of the budget of every ministry, which won praise from many government officials.
When the Move Forward Party won the most House seats and became the core party in the formation of a new government, Thanathorn said many people expressed doubt about Sirikanya's ability to generate revenues for the state. Thanathorn explains that state revenues come from taxes from economic activities undertaken by humans, adding that to build a strong economy, people must be made to feel secure in their lives so that they can plan for their future, learn new skills, to take risks, to invest, to chase their dreams, dare to seize opportunities, and dare to fail. And he said that Sirikanya is fully aware of these things. He also said that to build a strong economy is to nurture people, to discharge their capabilities, to distribute resources fairly, to reduce monopolies, to maintain fair competition and investment in technology, to create an atmosphere and environment that is conducive to investment. So we have to say that demonopolizing the economy has been the tagline for Move for Party throughout the election campaign.
And I think it's a policy that a lot of people hope for. It will really happen because it will help like small time business people, SME and all that.
And it seems like many people in the Move Forward Party have a lot of hope for Sirikanya to become the first female finance minister because of her knowledge and her degrees in economics. But then even with that said, her capabilities, even Pita himself, their capabilities are still untested. So we will have to wait and see once they become the government, how will they be able to perform their duties. But we would also love to hear more about what the opposition say about Sirikanya and Pita and all the other people as well.
Never done the job before, that doesn't mean that they're not going to do a good job. They just have to have a chance to do it.
Exactly. And though the House Speaker and other positions remain uncertain, one thing that is quite certain is the promise to legalize same-sex marriage once they become the next government. Move for Party leader Pita Limjaroenrat has assured the members of the LGBTQ community that his party will push for the promulgation of an equal marriage law before Thailand hosts the World Pride event in 2028. The Equal Marriage Bill is one of the 45 bills that the Move For Party has incorporated in the Memorandum of Understanding recently signed by 8 coalition parties, which will be pushed through Parliament by his government. He offered his assurance that as he attended a publicity campaign at the Bangkok Arts and Culture Center on Monday to promote the Bangkok Pride 2023 event, which is scheduled to take place this Sunday. He said that his government, which is yet to be formed, will also work with the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration or the BMA to host World Pride 2028. And to give you a bit of a background of what World Pride is all about, it's an international event that actually gathers all of the LGBTQ community, not just in that particular country, but also from many countries around the world as well. And this year's World Pride event has already been held in Sydney, Australia, and will be held in Washington, D.C. in the United States in 2025, followed by Amsterdam in the Netherlands in 2026. So the World Pride event is more like a build-up towards their hosting of World Pride 2028. So it will go through a bidding process first. So if Bangkok is chosen, Bangkok will be the first city in Asia to host the World Pride event.
It will be interesting. I mean, we known around the world for being open-minded, being very acceptance of the diversity of people. But in legal practice, we are not there yet. So this might be a good opportunity to push everything forward. It can be part of the reason that we should do this because it's going to happen and whatnot. But all in all, it's about equal rights.
Right, and Pita actually reassured to the public that they will try to legalize same-sex marriage and the gender recognition bill before Bangkok hosts this event. So they try to reassure the LGBTQ community in Thailand. So and I had a chance to talk to some of the activists who came to the event on Monday. They actually expect that the same-sex marriage can be legalized within 60 days once Move For Party becomes the government, and take at least 1 year for the gender recognition bill to be legalized as well.
Even if no one opposed it or no one derailed it.
Exactly.
Well, 60 days is an ideal time. But Thailand was tipped to be the first country in ASEAN to legalize same-sex marriage since years ago. It hasn't happened yet. Maybe this is a good time to make it happen.
And like what Pita said, it's not just Pride Month, but it's Pride always.
Okay. And that's the wrap for this edition of our special program on Wednesday. I'm not sure we still should call it the election 2000. Yeah, we still can.
We can still say, because we're still waiting for Thailand's future and whether we will get a new government by Move Forward Party, or will it be someone completely new.
Yeah, because what's going on right now in politics is stemming from the election on May 14th.
Exactly.
And if you want to know more about anything happening in Thailand, just log on to our website www.thaipbsworld.com. We also have social media. We have Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Wednesday. สวัสดีค่ะ